Yeah, I've got some fans. All right, so things look a little different, don't they? Actually, a lot has changed since the last time we were here. This is not where the pump was last time, or at least the reservoir. There was a reservoir that was just right here on the NZXT bracket, and it's not there anymore because it was just putting a little bit too much pressure on the GPU, and I was just afraid of what kind of long-term effects that would have on the graphics card. So I decided to remove it. However, the one that I had, the 150 Lite, was too large to fit anywhere else, so I had to swap it out for this pump right here. This is actually a pump res combo, so it makes things a little bit simpler for us. You can see I've got like this little fan bracket here, radiator bracket, so that it's going to mount sideways. Isn't that special? So this is sort of gives you a better idea. And what I realized is that I had gone through all this and completely overlooked the drain valve. I was like, all right, my loop makes sense, it looks good. Oh crap, how am I gonna drain the system? This is my not so elegant solution. So what I'm gonna do is basically take this guy. This is a 5-way divider, splitter I should say, not a divider. What a noob I am. And that's gonna go right here, like so. So there's gonna be a hard tube connecting, they're bumping uglies. And then I'm gonna do soft tubing that's gonna go from this fitting right here, connecting to this fitting right here. And then you can see here I've also got some more soft tubing. That's just gonna go down, and there's the drain valve. We'll see if it works out. You might have also noticed that the fan's gone. I used to have a 120mm Corsair airflow fan here, but I've since removed that because I've realized I'm gonna need a little bit more space. I'd like a little bit more room for the tubing here, especially if I'm sticking with the thicker 16mm stuff. But then it looks kind of empty, doesn't it? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in this little this flow valve indicator. Boom, it's gonna go right there towards the back. It is UV reactive, so it might look pretty cool with our UV lights. And also, that brings me to this point. I'm gonna try filling the loop first with the Mayhem's Aurora Blue. This is the one that looks like shampoo, and Jay told me that the shampoo effect doesn't really last very long. If I don't like it, I'll just take it out immediately. If I like it, I'll wait till the shampoo effect goes away, and then I will drain it and maybe put something else in. And then next we've got more fan stuff. So you guys already saw me install 2 of the Corsair SP fans. We got 2 more that's gonna go on the front radiator. It's gonna go on the right side, of course. And then we've got our LED strips. We may or may not go with UV depending, because initially I was gonna use the fluid up there. I had 2 bottles of some UV fluid, but since we're not doing UV reactive fluid anymore, I might just go with a white LED strip. These are both from Cable Mod, so thanks Cable Mod for hooking me up with these. We'll play around with it though, we'll see what happens. But those are all the things that I wanted to say for this very lengthy intro. On that note, I am going to start bending the tubes. You see I've got my bowl of soapy water over there. All the tubes just getting ready to get bent. I'm sawing shit today, yo, because I'm a man. So I think we're halfway done with the bends. I think we have 2 more to go. They are the longest ones, in fact. We got this one going from the pump to the video card, and then we've got one from the CPU back to the radiator at the front. You can see my drain valve back there, looking kind of weird, kind of funky. It's a little wacky, but you know, it's functional and it's in there. The last tube that we're doing, the super long tube going straight across, it's gonna kind of steal the show a little bit, so it's gonna take the foreground's attention. So I'm not too worried about that. I also wanted to mention that the dudes over at Ensourced are hooking me up with some custom extensions for this particular system. So I'm gonna be swapping out these white extensions here with the Ensourced ones. They are not here yet though, so I'm still gonna bleed the system tonight, or I'm gonna try to at least. And once those cables arrive, I will be swapping them out, which I should be able to do even with all the tubing installed. I think I'll be able to access that as long as the ram's removed, because those frickin' heat spreaders are bigger than mine. This pipe right here, it's actually straight, but it looks crooked. The reason why it looks crooked is because this piece of shit, stupid pump res, is actually sagging. The sag is actually causing the tube to kind of go like that at a slant. It's stupid, and it's not the drain valve over there that's weighing down the pump res. This was actually already doing it before I even installed that drain, so that's annoying. Anyone know like how I could prop this up? Because look, when you prop it up, bloop, the tube's perfectly straight. It's like parallel with the video card, and as soon as you let it go, anyone have any good solutions for propping this thing up? And it's all bolted down as much as it can be on every single end, so if anyone's got any suggestions, let me know. I'm an idiot, and I feel stupider than I usually do right now, which is saying a lot. Look, okay, did you just, so I was so excited to fill up the loop that I completely forgot to plug up the 2 1/4-inch holes on the bottom of the GPU water block. Look, they're just sitting right there. I completely forgot to screw them in, and luckily, thank God that this PCIe cable is the only thing that got really wet. Everything else is perfectly dry, maybe except for the radiator here, because we got the power supply shroud. Thank God that there's a power supply shroud here. Otherwise, the water would have just shot straight out onto the power supply. I would have died. I would have just totally died. I don't even know what to say, guys. I'm just scared now of myself. But I'm not done. I need to see this loop all finished, all running smoothly, and we're gonna do some drain testing or leak testing overnight. Kind of looks like I just did some leak testing right now. And that was a fail, but let's fill this loop up again, or try to at least. Alright, so system is finally bled. That was kind of a struggle at first, notably mainly because of my derpiness with the 1/4-inch plugs here. But you might have also caught during that little montage that there was a leak coming from the flow meter here as well. I actually had to swap out the stock plug that it came with. This guy, sorry my focus sucks. Had to replace this thing. It was leaking. It was leaking all over the place. Luckily nothing was damaged or compromised, but I had to replace it with this plug that came from a Titan water block back in the day. So that's been working out so far. Also, the actual propeller in here wasn't spinning up when I first powered the system on. I was like, oh crap, I'm gonna have to like open it up and fix things. But no, I just had to give it a little tap. Gave it a little tap with the screwdriver, and up and out it went. About the coolant, I do like it, but I don't know if it's the right coolant for this build. I don't know. I mean, the shampoo effect is nice and all. It looks really cool in the reservoir there, but I don't know. I think this just needs. I think it needs to step up a little bit more just to match the insanity of those heat spreaders on the memory. So I think what I'm gonna do, and this maybe I'll save this for the next vlog, but I'm gonna try bleeding the system with this. This is the aqua tuning stuff that I had initially planned to go with, which is UV reactive. And you can kind of see it is pretty UV reactive. However, we're going to intensify that. We're going to try to intensify it a little bit more with some Mayhem's UV clear blue dye. Sorry, focus, focus! And hopefully it'll look even cooler, because if you look at this, this is just regular tap water, and I put a couple drops of that stuff in here, and it's a lot more vibrant than the aqua tuning stuff is by itself. So I think the combination of these two things is really going to make the system pop with that UV light. Maybe I'll get a second UV strip in here just to intensify the effect. I feel like it could be a little brighter, but who knows? Also, this is the morning after the build. I went to bed, it was like 3 in the morning, but I did not leave it leak testing overnight just because after the 2 various leaks that we had here, I was just too paranoid to leave it unattended. So I've turned it on about an hour ago, and there's no leaks at all. Obviously, a 1-hour leak test is probably not adequate. I'll be doing some more testing later today, but so far it is super dry. And I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out so far. So we have one more build vlog to go, I believe, which is going to include the new cables from NSourced, and I have to finish wiring some of like the front panel connectors. Those aren't even installed yet. And then the fluid. Fluid's gonna go in there, and who knows what else. Maybe I'll do some other wacky stuff. The last and final thing I wanted to say is that this is how I'm temporarily solving the saggy pump res issue. I just cut a piece of tubing that I'm using kind of as a kickstand, and it is straightening it out quite a bit. And the run, look at the run. Actually, I had to redo this run. Remember before I was like, it's not the run's fault, it's the pump's fault. Well, the pump was still crap, but my run was also bad. So I just redid the run, and now it's like super straight. I'm pretty happy with how all the runs turned out, like especially these really tight ones, and even like the little one up there. It's cute. The one run that I might redo, I don't know, you guys let me know, and maybe it's hard to tell on camera, but is the long one. The long one right here. I mean, I think it's good enough, it's passable. But if I really look at it, I'm like, maybe it could have been a little bit, maybe just a little bit straighter here. I don't know. I could be imagining things too. Let me know. But let me know what you guys think of this build in the comments so far. If you think I'm doing it right or not. Oh, before I close everything out, let me turn the lights off so you can just get a better idea of the UV effects. All right, so that's what it looks like right now. It's definitely some more poppage of that flow meter, and this is the aqua tuning stuff, and then this is the Mayhems. See how much brighter the Mayhem stuff is? Like, I want that. I want that level of ridiculousness. So we're gonna have to mix the two and see what we get. Hopefully there's no like really bad reaction. I'll be unfortunate if there is. But that is gonna wrap it up for now, guys. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think of this system so far in the comments below if you have any other suggestions moving forward, and have a great rest of your day. I will see you all in the next video.